all my brothers, all my sisters, all my kings and queens. It's your boy Mduduzi coming back to you with another video. Today is the 16th of August. It is a Saturday. The time right now, my watch says 5 minutes past 5 p.m. As you can see, I'm back with another video, baby. You know, today I didn't know which topic to speak about, but I think I found the right one, as you can see by the title. Remove yourself from weird situations. And you know, I pray the Holy Spirit leads me in this one, but I have to talk about this. You know, as a brother, as a individual, right? You never want to be the weird one, if I can put it like that. In my experience, coming up all through high school, the different people I've met, I always never wanted to be like the weird kid, you know what I'm saying? So I remember there was a time where I was considered weird. You feel me? So in all my striving, it was to just be normal, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like now I'm at a point where there's just so many weird situations and weird people, and I just sit back and I'm like, what the hell is going on? But you know what? I choose to move on and I choose to remove myself. But yeah, it's actually quite crazy how weird situations can be. I want to talk about a few situations, right? And you know, I believe they are only weird because I don't have understanding, if I can put it like that. Like, I don't know the full story. Maybe someone who's been in a similar situation might be like, okay, this is happening because of this. But for me, it's like, I'm not even sure what's happening. But you know what? I just choose to remove myself. You know, I'm going to be speaking about a couple of old stories. You might have heard them in videos before. But yeah, it's funny how weird life gets, you know. I think I should speak about this first. This brought me here. And me, I'm not ashamed to talk about it. Like, I think that's where the power is, talking about things. And for me, I'm not really a talking about things like go to a therapist. I don't believe it works. I feel like speaking about it here on YouTube, it's different because I can always watch it back and be like, man, that was a time. But I don't really hold on to things, you know, like, I understand life keeps going. And a mindset I keep constructing, right, because it's a mindset, is they don't love you. And that allows me to accept the situation and move on, you know what I'm saying? So, specific girl, I'll call her R, you know what I'm saying? R, we fell out basically. I was trying to be her friend. We're both believers. And then I ended up sending a text to her after we spent some time together. It was like we went out. Well, it was ice cream and it was mostly waffles, right? We went out to Milky Lane. And then during that time, right, I had asked her, like, what's going on? You're not reaching out. And she's like, you know, if we're not meant to be friends in this season, we're not meant to be friends. So, which I took as a rejection, right? My flop was, after getting home, I sent her a message the next day or same night. I think it was the next day because got back pretty late. It was like maybe 9 or 10 p.m. Next day, I sent her a message on some, okay, I accept if you don't want to be my friend. What did I do wrong? To which she never replied. I reacted emotionally, you know what I'm saying? And following her. Yeah, just this whole I had something against her. Finally said I forgive her. Then she's like, for what though? Then it was like a whole thing, like, because I said, why did you accept the apology if you don't know what I'm forgiving you for? Then she's like, this is why I can't talk to you, because you're always so petty. Something like that, you know what I'm saying? To which she continued to say, to which I responded, I don't remember how. Then she responded on some, I feel like you forcing the friendship. So I was like, I ain't trying to force no friendship, and I ain't trying to force no friendship. And that's where we parted ways, you know what I'm saying? She unfollowed me, I unfollowed her. I speak about this situation, right? Because what's so funny, right? I was just, because to which I'll further talk about, she didn't respond again, right? I'm thinking about this whole thing and I'm like, you know what? I never liked her from the beginning. You know what I'm saying? It's like, personally, not to put her down or anything, like, I've just never been attracted to her like that, like, besides a friend, like, I was never like, damn, you know what I'm saying? It's like, I'll sum it up in saying, which is, I feel like the best saying is, she wasn't my type, right? So when after getting into this whole tussle, I was thinking, like, what a weird situation. So it progresses, right? And we haven't been speaking to each other. But then I found it in my heart, right? I feel like the Holy Spirit was guiding me to make peace. I followed her. Then she didn't follow me back. Then I unfollowed. Then the second time I followed, I sent a message, right? Which is, I sent it Monday, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, Monday. And she still hasn't replied, but she's been posting statuses, right? To which today, I was just like, I unfollowed her. Because I was like, why am I still even following her? It's like, she could come out and say that she didn't see the DM. But I'm like, even if that's the case, it's like, I don't feel like there's going to be any peace. Because basically in that DM, I was saying, I just want us to be friends, even though we weren't really friends. I know you're good, but I don't want to see you when we're out and ignore you. You know what I'm saying? Like, basically she didn't reply again, which thankfully this time it doesn't get to me because I've been through it, right? And with all the game I've picked up, it's with women, to stereotype them, with women, they play a whole lot of mind games, right? So it's like you have to choose not to give in, not to get emotional about their games. I even see it with my mom. I just want to talk about this. It's like, for me personally, that's why I don't like living with my mom. It's never, funny enough, the one reason I really love my job, right? Currently, I'm a receptionist. I'll say medical receptionist, right? Because I work for a doctor. One thing I like about Doc, he's a guy, is there's no like little games, you know what I'm saying? It's like, he doesn't say one thing but mean the other. So if all is good, you know what I'm saying, if I'm keeping my end of the deal, coming to work early, you know what I'm saying, doing what I'm supposed to, it's always like such a nice environment, you know what I'm saying? It's like, there's no games, he always hits me with some wisdom. But yeah, it's basically, it's a smooth working area, if I can put it like that. It's like, I know there's no double meaning to things, right? It's happened before, but like, because he's a guy, he's not too much on the double meanings. Whereas living with the moms, it's like, there's so many things she says, but it's things she's saying just to say them that don't need a response, or it's things she says to try get a reaction. Like for example, we're going to this one place. I'm gonna call it place A, right? So, firstly, I don't like driving my mom because she likes taking my time and she thinks my time is valueless. That's how I perceive it, right? When my time is valuable, especially now at this point in my life. So, by all means, I try avoid driving her. But like if it's a situation where I can't avoid it, right? Because I do live at home. What happens is, like in this situation, we're driving to point A. As we're driving to point A, there's two roads. I take the first road, and what ends up happening is it's got traffic, right? The other road is a back road. So I take the first road, which is like a highway. It has traffic. In the traffic, she's like, I don't know why you take this road. Why don't you take road 2? I'm like, what can I honestly say then, But it's many instances like this where she just says a comment that's firstly unnecessary. And I've gotten to a point where like I used to, because being stoic means, and this I got from Casey Zander, right? And I really accepted this definition of it because he said, it's not that you don't feel things, you choose not to respond. Yes, you feel everything, but you choose not to respond. Back then, I used to be a big fighter with my mom. Like, I fought every single word she says. If she said something, I'm confronting her. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it even got to a point, she's like, you always judging me. And I'm like, I ain't judging you, but you know what I'm saying? I'm going to confront you. You know what I'm saying? It's like, but obviously, you see, this is not the right way to go about things because now there's always a fight. And with me, I don't like fighting. But like, if I feel like I'm in the position where I'm disrespected or I have to fight, I will fight. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, she always said things. Then I'd be like, why would you say that? How was I supposed to know that this road has traffic? I stopped saying things like that. You know what I'm saying? So now I've gotten to a point. It's like, and this is what I've seen. It's like with all the game I've learned. They talk about women, they are naturally drawn to chaos, whereas men, we are peaceful beings. You know what I'm saying? If I can put it like that. So, and this is truly what I've seen. It's like there's always something, there can never just be a smooth, even though everything is smooth, it can't be that way. There must always be some turmoil or something said that's unnecessary. So that's why, like, this is a decision I've made long ago, but I just don't talk to my mom. Because this is what I didn't understand. You know what I'm saying? It's like the whole time I used to talk to her and maybe even confide in her, creating this good environment in the moment. But then later, when she used it against me or something went wrong, I'm like, what the hell is going wrong? You know what I'm saying? So I just chose not to speak to her. And even now, it's like, it doesn't stop. Like, I still don't speak to her like that unless I'm spoken to. But yeah, this whole, you know what I'm saying? Saying something, trying to aggravate you hasn't stopped. I say all that to say, you feel me? I feel like her not responding, right? Or it was to get a emotional response out of me, which won't happen because honestly, thinking about the situation, I'm like, I'm caught in such a weird place because here I am, right? Here I am trying to make peace because I feel like God is leading me to make peace. But at the same time, I'm being caught in a weird situation where it's trying to be used against me. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, for me, the only right thing is to, okay, like, just unfollow, just never speak to her again. But then, yeah, looking back at the situation, it's such a weird thing because I'm like, you know what? I never liked her. we were never close, you know what I'm saying, except going to the same high school. And us being believers, we did a podcast together one time. But yeah, it's a lot, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, I feel like the message for today, because also what ended up happening is she posted some advice, right? She posted a scripture basically with advice on her status. And I'm out here like, I can't even take this advice because you're not living up to being a true believer. Like, if you didn't want to speak to me, say it. But now you playing all these not responding games. It's like, you feel me? Wish I ain't mad, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, it's like, I can't believe anything you say. You know what I'm saying? It's like, how am I going to trust your words if you're not moving right, right? And just before I came to the car, there's an audio book I've downloaded on YouTube. It's Brian Tracy's No Excuses, right? The Power of Self-Discipline, if I'm not wrong. But yes, in chapter 2 of the book, which it's a real book, right? But I have the audio version. Chapter 2 is self-discipline and character. And one of the quotes he mentions, I don't know who it was from, but he said, the quote goes something like, your actions are so loud, I can't hear a thing you're saying. And I was like, that makes so much sense. That's just what I was thinking. Like, yes, maybe the advice might be good, right? Because, I'm a believer. The word says, do not despise prophecies. But I'm like, your actions don't match. So how can I ever just listen to your advice now? It's like, I won't listen to it. Even though I want to grow as a believer, I feel like I'm far, but you never stop growing in the Lord. There's never like a point where like, I know the Lord, it's all done. So, yeah, it's like, what a weird situation. So my response now, I felt like deleting even the message of peace. But I was like, my bad. I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna give me a moment. I drank a lot of, I drank a sparkling, what was it? A sparkling Cappy and some water. So I guess speaking is bringing it all up. But like, anyways, I was saying, what a weird situation. Because as I say, like me, I wouldn't have been hurt if she just hit me up on some, nah, I don't want to be friends. And then again, I feel like I'm not hurt by her not even replying. For me, it's just a weird situation because here I am following her now. She's posting all these scriptures about God, which I don't believe. Now it's like, what is going on, Lord? I'm like, it makes me, like, I was questioning, like, am I in the wrong? You know what I'm saying? It's like, God, like, what is happening? So I was just like, okay, unfollow. I'm going to just go back to, I feel like this time it's going to be much easier. Not that it wasn't easier back then, but like, I felt like I needed to make peace, right? That's why I reached out. But now it's like, okay, I tried, it failed. It gives me the more reason to just never speak to you again, But yeah, what a weird situation. Because I'm also thinking, like, the thoughts, it's like, I never even liked her, right? So I feel like she's having this response on some I'm chasing her when I've never really wanted her. Guys, crazy. Yeah, I have to talk about such a sad situation as well. One of the brothers, right? I want to break this story down. So with the brother, I'm going to name him G. I'm going to name him G, right? So with G, what happened is, G, I know him from my workplace. Because I work in a center, right? There's a lot of shops around where I work. Where I work is just me and my boss, but there's a lot of shops around. So he used to work in one of the shops around where I work. So we got to know each other, you know what I'm saying? He's maybe 2-3 years older than me. But we locked in Black Brother. You know what I'm saying? We chop it up. So what had happened is, and I want to skip specifically to this part. This is not the whole story, but I remember they had said it was his birthday, right? I think a year ago. It was his birthday, and that day I had money on me, right? So I ended up blessing him with, let me speak in amounts, because I really want to talk about this, because it just brings me great sadness. It's like, I feel like the brother feels like I owe him. Yeah, but anyways, I had blessed the brother with the 100 rand. You know what I'm saying? I had 100 rand that I could spare. I blessed the brother on his birthday. All went well. Like, this time we don't really know each other, but we're getting to know each other. So then, fast forward, people perceive me as having a lot of money. It's one of the ways I carry myself, and no lie, I do want a lot of money, right? So the brother, he'd go as far as asking me for money. It came about in different ways, you know what I'm saying? Can you borrow us? I want to buy lunch for my colleagues. I'll get you back. Can you borrow me? It's close to end of the month. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, for me, it was uncomfortable because, always when someone asks to borrow money from me, I'm like, firstly, you shouldn't be in a position to borrow money. But that I don't judge, right? Because the brother's also not a believer. One thing, the reason why I felt so hostile towards the brother, right? Like, because I don't mind giving, right? I don't mind borrowing if I trust that you'll pay it back. But even the Bible says, give without expecting, then God will bless you and you'll truly be his children. If I'm paraphrasing, it's a verse in Luke. I had borrowed the brother money one time, right? And what ended up happening is, maybe let's say I borrow him Monday. On Saturday, I had went to one of his colleagues, one of my friend, right? It was her birthday party at her house. And he was also there, right? It was about 3 of us from work that I know. So we're all there together. Then the brother pulled up with bottles to drink, right? But it's like, I had a doozy, don't worry, I'll get you back next time for the money that he owed me. To which felt like slightly disrespectful, because I'm like, why don't you just pay the money? Like, and I'm also not someone who drinks, so I feel like he expecting me to understand, like, you know what I'm saying? It's a get together. I have to spend the money that I owe you, but I'll get you back. So which that kind of made me feel uncomfortable. But anyways, life goes on. After that, he did ask for money. Maybe two, 3 times after that, you know what I'm saying? To which I was ready, like, now I'm already on some lie. He can't be trusted, you know what I'm saying? And which I didn't, if I'm not wrong, I didn't borrow him, right? But what also had gotten to me, yes, when my birthday, this is the whole basis of the story. When my birthday came around, the brother's like, you know what, I don't have the money on me right now. Not money that he owes me, but it's like, hey, don't worry, I'll get you the gift when I get paid, right? I'm like, that's cool. I wasn't expecting anything. But shout out for being a real one. The following month, because my birthday, April 16th. So, beginning of May, he gets me a gift, right? He gets me 2 things. I was like, you know what I'm saying? Actually, I want to tell the story in full because so he gets me a mug and a key ring with an M on it. Now I have it on my polo bag, right? So after receiving those gifts, hey, there's this other guy walking with a posture, man. I'm like, anyways, yeah, he gave me the gifts. You know, very appreciateful. I don't even know if I'm saying that right. It doesn't sound right, but very thankful for the gifts. After that, right, he moves to a different place, right? So the specifically where he works, they have many branches, right? So and they used to switch people around. Like he was there, he eventually got switched. There was another girl they brought in, another guy, but like basically they switch you guys. It's like go to this place, maybe in Soweto, go to Northcliffe, maybe in Northcliffe, go to Rudeport, something like that, right? They switch people. So they switched. Yo, forgive me, I'm recovering. But they switched the brother to a different branch. Then when he's at that different branch, he asked if he can borrow money. And I'm sorry to be putting the business out there, but like I have to explain it to her. Like I just feel like my kindness has been taken for weakness. And also just as a warning to other brothers and sisters, it's like you have to watch how you move because like now I'm at a place where it's like, okay, I've accepted that this is a weird situation I got myself into, and now I have to remove myself and going forward, not make that same mistake again. Which I honestly thought, and I did because I honor the Lord, but now it's gotten me into a place where it's a weird situation. So, him moving to this other branch, right? First, he was supposed to go temporarily, but he ended up going permanently, right? But it's a place that's not so far from where I work. So I was like, my thing is because he moved earlier this year, I was like, you know what? On his birthday, which was now in August, I'm gonna go visit him, maybe drop off a gift, see him, you know what I'm saying? Because I could see him any other time, but I'm not using my own car. So it felt like I'm going out my way, you know, petrol that's not mine. Yes, I do pour petrol, but like it's like now I'm going out my way to see the brother, which can complicate things, you know what I'm saying? Anyways, yeah, and like with the brother as well, right? I never, you know, from the brother, he smokes cigarettes, he drinks, and not something I judge him on, but I can see that like these habits, it's just a reflection of the character, you know what I'm saying? It's like the brother went as far as asking me. No, but I don't think that's that bad. Like, because I used to go in this way, he asked me for a lift, which is not bad. You know what I'm saying? It's like, but like, I felt like him becoming comfortable doing that, he was now getting too comfortable, right? Which I didn't say anything at the end of the day. Like, I praise the Lord. And as well as I know how people perceive me. I know that people see me as someone who's got money. So I feel like for me, the best thing is just to protect myself from people who are after my money and not me. Which is hard because honestly, they're after me because they're after my money. Anyways, he got me a gift for my birthday. Yeah, he was still working where I work, right? Then he moved shortly after that. It must have been maybe in May, June, right? He moved to a different branch. Then what had happened is he had asked me to borrow money for transport, to which I said I couldn't. And that was my flop, right? I had the money, but like I wasn't honest about it. I wasn't straight up because I looked at the situation. I was like, okay, the brother's never coming back permanently. I don't, yes, I know where he works, but like, I don't know where he lives. It's like, I'm putting myself at risk of not getting my money back. And this time I wasn't acting godly, if I can say, because we're supposed to give without expecting. But like, that was what held me up. I was like, okay, this brother, he's gone now. He's still asking for money from me. It's like, what's happening? It's like, what the, like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, what's going on? Is he still holding on to me because, you know what I'm saying, I'm a giver? Like, now he's still trying to, it was a weird ask. I was like, how, you know what I'm saying? But anyways, yeah, I said no, you know what I'm saying? I said I don't have it. Fast forward, his birthday was the other day. Now, before his birthday, he had said he got a new job at a new place. You know what I'm saying? He's gone from that company. So that meant that now I don't even know where his job, where he works, right? So this is over WhatsApp. So I'm like, no stress. You know what? We'll speak when we speak. We'll see each other when we see each other. Another thing is, I know it's something he's been hiding from me with, like, because back when he used to work where I worked, it was him and two girls, right? He's dating one of the girls there, but like, it's a thing they've been hiding from me every time. I know they're dating, but when I ask them, it's like, nah, we just friends, which I didn't understand. I'm like, what the hell? But anything is something I didn't further explore because I really didn't care. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so I know that he'll always pass by because his girl is there, right, where I work. Anyways, I say that to say, he said, okay, he moved to a new company. He's no more there where he was, right? So I'm like, okay, you know what? I will see each other when we see each other. All the best. Then his birthday comes up. I wish him a happy birthday. Now, I was thinking of giving him cash for his birthday. But what had happened is, I don't have cash in my account. I only had the cash. I have cash on me. You know what I'm saying? So when he has said he moved, it was a thing of, I guess I will see when we see. You know what I'm saying? I was thinking of putting it in the bank account, sending it to him. But then I was like, you know what? We'll just see when we see. You know what I'm saying? Also because, what's the reason? I felt like I didn't owe him, you know what I'm saying? It's like once he moved, I felt like, okay, you know what? Even though it's his birthday, a happy birthday will do. You know what I'm saying? I don't need to buy him a gift. I don't need to go out my way. We're not close like that. But yeah, he proceeds. Later, I said happy birthday. He's like, nah, shout out. You know, he sends a text on some, are you not gonna even e-wallet me like at least 100 rand? And you know that even though he sent it with a laughing emoji, like a playful vibe, I'm like, now I've got into a situation where the brother thinks I owe him, right? And what makes it worse, why I'm talking about this is, I went to the Crazy Store with my sister and my nieces. My two nieces, yes. So they buying things at the Crazy Store. I'm also in the store. I'm looking around. I see my mug. I'm like, oh, that's the mug he bought me. I look at the price. Okay, 30 something. Then I'm like, okay, I think he bought you. Let me look for the key ring. I find the key ring that I have, 20 something. So he spent 50 rand on me. Which, you know what I'm saying, is like, I know that he could have done more, right? But I don't expect it from him. But I'm like, you know what? I blessed him the year before with the 100. He only blessed me with 50. And now he's asking for 100. I'm like, what a weird situation. Like, what the hell is going on? It's like now I'm at a point like, I'm like, damn, he thinks I owe him. You know what I'm saying? I was like, I always say that friendships are transactional, right? Even relationships are transactional, but not like a straight out don't straight up transact me. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm like, damn, it's this bad. Like, and now I know he only sent that message because he thinks I've got money like that. Like, he doesn't understand my situation, and not that I don't have money. It's just that I don't feel like I owe him. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that just put me in a weird situation. I did promise him, I'm like, don't worry, I'll get you when I get paid. But I think I'm just gonna send 50 and like stop talking to him, because it's like how the brother, and this is what I didn't like, right? I used to give wedding birthday gifts out of love, right? But it came to a point where when people gave me gifts, now I started feeling pressure all of a sudden that, you know what, now they're gonna expect something more in return. So like now I'm at a point, I'm like, I really don't want birthday gifts because it's not given with no thought of receiving it back. You know what I'm saying? It's like people give to get back, like straight up. So it's like, it is what it is. But like a weird situation, and I'm like, you know what, I just have to get myself out of. Yeah, like, let me speak about this situation. There's a situation with a lady, and I used to borrow her money. I talk about it in previous videos, not sure the exact video. But what happened is, yeah, I borrowed her money twice now, right? And she didn't pay it back on time. So yes, she paid it back, but not when she said she would. So the first time this happened, right, I gave her money maybe, let's say, on a Monday. No, on a Wednesday. Then she's like, I'll have it Friday. Then she only gave me the money next week Friday, right? And that time she calls me, I have to come to her, and she's like, here's your money. And one thing I didn't like, she always used to scrunch up the money. I'm like, no respect for the money. That just gets to me. I'm like, how you're not respecting the bag? You know what I'm saying? Money obviously is not above God, but like, guys, money is so important. Like, anyways, second time around, right? I give her money knowing that she didn't pay it back the first time. But like, this was very painful for me because I'm like, I allowed myself to be disrespected. Right? I gave her money, let's say again on maybe like a Monday. Then she said she'll have it Friday. Funny thing is, Friday comes, I remember that, okay, I gave her money. But then I'm also on that same mind frame. It was like, okay, I won't go and seek her out for it because I really don't need the money, right? Anyways, Friday, I go past where she works because she also works around me. I go past where she works and I see that she's there, right? But I was going to eat. Like, there's an eating area close to where she works. I didn't go to her. But like, yeah, so Monday comes. Monday comes and she has the money for me. Then she also gave me like extra money. She's like, this one you buy a cold drink. You know what I'm saying? To which I don't like accepting money like that, because now it's like, and I'll even explain why, right? But basically, she gives me the money, right? Next time she comes around, and what I didn't like about this, right? No cap, is she was very transactional. People are just straight up transactional. Like, it's disgusting to see. But then again, I also understand, like, now I'm at a point where people, they don't see me for me, they see me for the money I have. Like, I'm aware of that now. That's how I move. It's like every time a new person, a new girl, it's just like, okay, she is interested because she perceives I have money. You know what I'm saying? Which I accept 100%. I'm not scared. Like, I move knowing that, like, she messes with me because she thinks I have money, right? Anyways, fast forward. Um, she never used to greet me, right? Or rather, she'd greet, but sometimes she'd just walk past. So she's very transactional, that I knew, right? And also didn't. Oh yeah, on Monday when she had brought the money, she was telling me some story of I had to go to the bank. The bank, you know what I'm saying, was such a long line. I wasn't here on Friday. And I didn't tell her that I saw her, but I was just like, no, now she's even lying, you know what I'm saying? I was like, okay, I know what it is. So that's when I made the decision to never lend her money again. Fast forward maybe a week or two, not too sure, but like specific day, she always walks past my work. She greets me sometimes. Specific day, she went out her way to greet me. I'm like, nah, something's coming. It's funny how your conscience, you know what I'm saying, which it's been said is the authentic voice of God, speaks to you. Because when she had greeted me, I was like, nah, something's up. And funny enough, when she came back, she went this way. When she came back, she asked me for some, like, oh, can I please borrow some money? Then I proceeded, then I was like, oh, Lord, this is what I've been waiting for. No lies. Like, I was like, yeah, like, I can never borrow you money again because you don't bring it back on time. And yeah, she argued, you know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, I was really at the bank. Yeah, Friday I wasn't there. And I was like, nah, come on, I see. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was mostly listening, but like, you know what I'm saying? Because like she's, maybe you could say 60 plus. But you can just tell, it's like, and I say all this to say, like, I feel like you start becoming weird as a person when you don't have character, when lies enter. Like, I'm not saying I never lie, but like, it's serious things like to lie about money now, like someone's money. And what game, I listened to a lot of Game God Goldie, and he was saying during a certain live, right, he paused and he's like, you know what, I have to pay this person back, or I have to pay one of my employees. He's like, don't you hate how people are quick to ask for money, but when it's time to pay back, they take their time? It's like, yeah, don't even do to employees. Like, they did the work, now when it's time to pay them, you delaying. And I was like, how true is that? It's like, people, they're always so quick when they want money, but when it's time to pay back, especially like if they don't see you as a threat, they ain't gonna pay you feel me? Anyways, yeah, she comes, she asks for money. I proceed to tell her, like, nah, I can't lend you money. These 2 times I've borrowed you didn't pay it back on time. Then she's like, but I even gave you. She's like, yeah, your money came back with children, which is that extra money for cold drink she gave, which I didn't want. I just wanted my money on time. If you're just a faithful person, you know what I'm saying? It's like, I wouldn't have minded. Anyways, she put up such a front, you know what I'm saying? She was really arguing. Yeah, but I was like, you know what? I'm just standing on my decision that, like, nah, I won't lend you. Like, I have the money. And one thing I've seen about myself, right? I don't tell the truth every single time, because today I just had lied to a lady. She's like, where's your phone? Let's do a survey. I'm like, I'm in a rush, you know what I'm saying? Anyways, I'm not someone who's really scared to tell the truth. It's something like that's becoming easier and easier when I do it. The truth is not easy to tell, but like once you're able to step up and tell the truth, it becomes easier to tell the truth in every situation. You feel me? So, yeah, I'm like to her, oh yeah, I have the money, but I don't want to borrow you because you did this and this. Both times it was late. She's like, nah, you know what I'm saying? Duduzi, you wrong. Like she tried to, it's funny, she tried to give me a lecture. She's like, no, she was trying to stop me every time I talked. Nah, you wrong. What you should have done is called me and said, you know what, I don't like that you did 1, 2, and 3. And I said to her, I was like, what difference was that gonna make? Like, I had already made up my mind that I'm never gonna lend you money. And she's like, yeah, you should have still told me that this is where I went wrong. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, yeah, she proceeded to be like, I've got no money to go home, right? I've got no money for taxi to go home. And this was about 2 weeks before payday, right? So I'm like, how irresponsible are you to run out of money? And might sound judgmental, right? But like, how irresponsible of you to run out of money to go home 2 weeks before you get paid. And if that's the honest truth, this surely isn't the first time that you must have run out of money, right? Why has it never been a thing of, you know what, if it's the case that I'm earning too little, that I need to make something happen, or let me go to God and let God provide? Because I really believe God does provide for all our needs. As he says, if you're really a righteous person, you won't be in lack. You know what I'm saying? Seek first the kingdom and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added. So, like, I've realized with her, she doesn't have character, right? She's not a, you know what I'm saying, upright person. That's my opinion. But, like, I was thinking, like, why has it never occurred to you that I have to find some type of way to make more money if this is going to be my life? Because this is the situation I'm in. Like, in this phase of my life, the reality is kicking in. It's like, okay, what am I going to do to make more money so that I can take care of myself and a family in the future? Okay, if it's seeking God, let me truly seek God. If it's doing this, because it's like, if you're not coming up with solutions, you're only going to be stuck in the same place. Yeah, but like, I ended up not borrowing her, and she was just like, you're the only person out here. Everyone else doesn't borrow. Which I was like, BS, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, nah. She's like, you want to let me down? Try putting up this emotional. And this just also taught me a lesson. It's like, me and the lady, even though I was familiar with her, I see she tried to use this bond we have against me. And I see that's what women do. Like, if a woman truly doesn't have anything on you, if you don't like her, if you don't love her, it's like she can't manipulate you. But like, if you do, right? And I go back to the first story with R. If I had feelings for R, or I really wanted to be with her, I would have allowed myself to be stuck in this emotional turmoil. But like, now that I stand on the other side, 10 feet down, I'm just like, okay, she's playing games, let me be out, you know what I'm saying? Otherwise, I would have been there, oh, what's going on? Why are you doing this? You know what I'm saying? So, like, also that lady, she tried using this, are you truly gonna let me down? You know, I trust in you. You're the only one that can help me here. Which was BS, which I was like, yeah, I'm letting you down. And yeah, like, I didn't borrow her the money, but like, this video on 49 minutes now, but like, I tell these stories, and there was a couple more stories that are not coming to mind that I wanted to tell. But like, get yourself out of weird situations. Yes, maybe you might not. I believe in taking 100% accountability. So I'm the reason I put myself in these situations, trying to please God. That's my reasoning, but I'm still the reason, right? But like, just remove yourself from weird situations. It's like, you'll do yourself a lot of good. Let me tell this last one because I just remembered it. This certain girl, I've told the story before, but you know what I'm saying? She works in the mall. She said she likes my style. She asked for my jacket. I ended up giving her, or she just asked for a jacket. I ended up giving her a jacket. Let me turn the light on. To which, right, my bad. She gave me a phone number. I texted her. She never texted me. It's like, I've seen her many times after, right? Because I frequent the mall and like we don't speak. But like for me, it's like, okay, it was only right. I blocked her, but I unblocked her a couple of days ago because I was like, I know she's never gonna text, which is okay for me. Like I don't find her attractive enough to care. But I'm like, what a weird situation. It's like I would have accepted it if I went up to her. Or I say it would have been easier to understand if I went up to her and asked for her number. Then when I went to text her, she didn't reply. I would have understood that, okay, maybe I'm not good enough. But the way things rolled out, it's like, what a weird situation. You offer your number up, you don't respond. I'm just like, people are so weird, you know what I'm saying? It's like, and that's what I just run into more and more. It's like, why are people so weird? It doesn't make no sense. It's like, anyways, remove yourself from weird situations. And I speak now as like a son of God, someone who is obedient to God. I know these stories that I told, I feel like I told too much, right? Because some things you're just supposed to, especially like with the money, you know what I'm saying? You're not supposed to speak of your good deeds. But I say all that to say, I feel like just pursue a life of peace. I feel like God wants peace for me. And this is the only logical way I go about things, is just to remove myself. Because if I don't, I'm just going to allow myself to be used. You know, also let me talk about this situation before I end things. There's a brother, right? There's a brother on my way back from work, right? If I take the route I normally take, like if I'm just going from work straight to home, I'm not going anywhere else. He is along that way, right? He is in one of these streets and he is someone on the street, a beggar basically, right? He asks for money. So with me being a giver, I've given to him a couple of times. One thing I don't like is, I feel like, honestly, I've given to a lot of people on the street, right? You can just tell when someone is genuine. And this is something I didn't want to see because it's going to seem like I'm judgmental. But like, every time I pulled up to the brother, he'd make himself more sadder, more like the situation is worse than what it is, which I feel like it's not genuine. It's like, okay, yes, you're on the street, but like with me, because I've given you money before, you want to act like your life is hitting me so I can give you money. It's just like an emotional manipulation they try to use on you, like sad face. So which, like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, for me, something I picked up and it made me, you know, at times I don't give. I may have money to give, but like I feel like, you know what, Lord, I feel like I just can't give to this brother. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't judge him, but like I can't. Like, I feel like he's faking it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so this brother, you know, always if I find him there on my way back home from work, he always ask, he always seem like he's in this bad position. To which I don't believe, right? Like, funny enough, I had went to another place, and as I'm going from that place to another place, I see him. Now it's a totally different place. I see him. So I'm going like this, he's coming, right? So I go past a bit. Then as I see him, he's like, ah, you know what I'm saying? So I stop. He runs to me. You know, brothers do the most. And like, I say all that to say, like, I've come to this realization, even though it's not 100% accurate, but I feel like I really believe that people on the street, they're not always in a bad position. You know, back in the day when I used to watch a whole lot of spiritual content, I remember, I don't know whose channel, where, but they were talking about sometimes the enemy disguises himself, right? Or evil spirits, they manifest as people begging. And if you don't have God's fire, God's protection around you, you give to that person, but then they are an evil spirit. And I don't know how they intertwine with your life, but like that person was saying, like, someone who is protected by God with the fire of God, he'll just he won't give to that beggar for some reason. Like he'll just skip over him, and he's not a real beggar. You know what I'm saying? So that always stuck with me. I was like, that makes no sense. But like now, like, and I can't say I'm 100% accurate, but like, I just feel like brothers aren't in bad situations as they make it seem, right? One of the brothers, Martin, back then, right, because he had a car. I remember I was driving with him then. He stopped, like, let's say here's the robot, right? This is the robot. He stopped like here, and then the brother was here. And as he approached the car, he drove forward, you know what I'm saying? As to like purposefully avoid him. And he was on some, you know what, yeah, these people, they're just lazy, you know what I'm saying? And this is maybe the mindset he got from his parents, because we were still teenagers at the time. He's like, nah, these people are lazy. They should go ask for a job there. They should go do something. And, he's an atheist, right, Martin? So I understand his perspective. But for me, like, that just didn't sit right with my spirit. And it still doesn't sit right. But there is some truth in that. I feel like there is a laziness. I can't prove it, right? I haven't been on the street myself. But there's a certain laziness to people. There's a certain, I don't know, like, it's not genuine. But anyways, I come back to the story. I stop, the brother runs to my car. I'm like, hey, what you doing here? You know what I'm saying? Like, what you doing this side? He's like, you know what? I came to market this side. Now I'm catching a taxi all the way to Kasi. I was like, oh, you live in Kasi? He's like, yeah, I live in Kasi. So I'm like, oh, okay. I had money. I was like, okay, here, take this for the taxi. But that was just such a realization. I was like, oh, you're not really on the street. So how I understand it now is the brother, he leaves wherever he's from, right? I don't know which Kasi, but he comes this side, because I live in like a white area. And he comes, he does his begging for the day, goes back. Like, that's the grind. That's the hustle. And I can't knock it. I can't, judge him for it. But then I saw him a second time, like after that incident. I was like, oh, how you doing? He's like, I'm not doing so good. And I was just like, man, like, brothers are so fake, you know what I'm saying? It's like, I couldn't give him money. And I had money, but I was just like, nah, I'm not giving him. And this is like, it's a hard thing to go about, because I'm like, Lord, you said give to the poor. But like, I feel like, it's always like a feeling like, don't do it. And I'm so in touch and want to listen to my conscience, which I believe is the Holy Spirit guiding me, right? And I've been in situations like, I remember there's a specific lady, she was going around with a baby on her back, and I just felt like, don't give her. But I was like, you know what, gave her money. And when she like walked past, it wasn't even a real baby, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, I feel like that was the same warning to be like, nah, they taking your money and they don't really need it. Anyways, this world is full of weird people, weird situations. Brothers or my sisters, as I'm logging out, as I'm ending this video, one piece of advice is remove yourself from weird situations. Pray to God, because, you know what I'm saying, this is just my personal advice. But this is what I've experienced. So pray to God. He's our Father. He'll show you all things. But yeah, just remove yourself and live a peaceful life. It's your boy Mduduzi. I'm out. Peace.